Welcome everyone to the Catenaccio Show. Welcome, and happy Liberation Day to everybody in Italy. 25 of April, we celebrate our liberation. So nobody's working in Italy, but we are working for you. And making this episode today is going to be a special occasion. I'm joined by Luca Cancelleri, Lodovico Fred, and Luca the Bomber. How are you guys doing? English episode today. Are you ready to go?
Woo!
Yeah.
Super ready. Let's go.
Freaking ready.
What a
It's
head
good.
to
It's good
head
to
between
see.
Inter and Milan. Woohoo!
Yeah, it's good to see this energy. Big weekend and big win for Milan, Luca, against the Lazio. The last second winner by Sandro Tonali keeps the Rossoneri in the title chase, and they are now first, 2 points above Inter, with Inter still having to make up that game against Bologna. I want to ask you, Luca Cancelleri, right away. What did you make of this game, and how are you feeling going forward? Do you feel like Milan have finally turned the corner after that difficult result in the Coppa Italia?
Well, it's too early to say that, but we're still alive. That's what it comes out. That's the outcome of the weekend. We're still alive. I'm pretty sure the game in around 48 hours. I think it's Wednesday night. It's gonna be telling us what are we gonna see in the last four games. We still have the most difficult calendar among all of them. We don't include Napoli anymore after what happened this weekend. We'll talk later about that. Um, but we're ready to the last sprint. We're ready for the last sprint. It's I'm very happy for Sandro Tonali, which is a symbol for us in this season. A guy that at the beginning of the season decided to cut his salary to stay with us and show and prove that he was a Milan player, and the goal came from him. Thank also to Ibrahimovic that came back. So it's gonna be a nice end of the season, and I'm happy to see what's next. We have Fiorentina, we have Atalanta. It's not gonna be easy, but hey, we're still alive.
I'm gonna ask
That's
the
great.
Inter fans now, Fred and Lodo. I know you guys were watching this game closely because any drop points could have been golden for Inter in this title race. And Fred, what did you think? Did Milan deserve to win, or did they get lucky?
Okay, so I'm gonna be honest. Okay, Milan deserve to win because at the end of the day, there were no Lazio fans, so like it was like Milan was playing in Milan because they had like more than
Oh, come on, man.
they have way more than 10,000 fans over there only for Milan to watch Milan, but not Lazio because apparently they put the tickets way too high for like I don't know why they just didn't want to buy it. I don't know. Lazio people are weird, bro. I don't know what to say,
The
but
same reason why they don't win a championship, Fred.
but it was a really good win by Milan. You can see that Milan has a squad that wants to be there and wants to show everyone that they deserve to be there, and we've been seeing that since this whole season because this whole season maybe they had like a month that they couldn't score and they had a little problem and stuff, but they always been there on top of the table, top three always. Props on them.
And Lodo, I want to get you involved also because you've been insulting Milan all season long, talking about Salemakers, Krunic, but those are two players that were subbed into the match by Pioli, and they helped to get this game-winning goal for Tonali. And what do you think? Are you starting to get a little more scared of this Milan side, and they're now gathering momentum in the most important part of Serie A, and they're right there. Inter has to be careful, no, Lodo?
No. I think they got lucky. I mean, Lazio was playing bad. After the first goal, in the first 4 minutes, they didn't do anything. And plus, like, Milan, like, literally, like, I mean, you could tell, like, they were dominating the game. But at the same time, you could tell that they couldn't score a goal. And of course they got that bless from God, from Marusic, that I don't even do during Soccer Wednesday when I play with my friends. I don't even like miss those kind of like passages, and the way that Acerbi just like head out the goal. I think they got lucky. They got lucky, but as Luca said, I mean, the worst calendar, it's AC Milan. Like they have two important games against Fiorentina, Atalanta, and both now with Atalanta they won against Venezia. They're both into the European League contender, so they could potentially face those two teams that like won it. I think now it's more for both of the Fiorentina Atalanta. It's more a game to like to win to get to the Europe League because Juventus won, so I don't think they can get to the fourth place anymore. I think they sealed it, but yeah, they faces two important opponents. I honestly think also Inter has an easier calendar because now we're gonna go against two teams that are in the middle league against Empoli. We're going to be Bologna now, Empoli. Then we have, I believe, Udinese, and then
Yeah,
we
you
did
had
it.
Udinese before the Empoli.
Okay, and then we have like the last game. I think is against Sampdoria, but I mean Sampdoria by then they already will know if they're being relegated or not. And the way that I see it, maybe they might get to the last day if Salernitana continues to win. You know, they could do that. They could have like a potential
Thank
last
you.
the 5th of May 2002 that really messed my dreams. But we'll see. I don't know. I think it's super important.
I'm gonna get Luca the Bomber involved in this because over the weekend and just today we saw Juventus also come out on top against Sassuolo, and Allegri went back to playing his style of soccer. He keeps Vlahovic out of the starting 11. He plays with only Morata and Dybala up front. They go down early, but then they find a way to win with Raspadori scoring the opening goal of the match and then Moise Kean scoring the winner. So,
Yeah.
Luca, what did you see from Juventus today? And do you think the fourth place is wrapped up already, or can Juve maybe go for that third place with Napoli struggling?
For me, I mean, Napoli uh, still have maybe Sassuolo, and they have. I mean, Juventus has a easier calendar. I mean, it has the Fiorentina and Lazio, but I don't see Lazio in a good shape. I saw a Lazio like the last 20 minutes of Lazio Milan. I think the third or fourth division can play better. Something like that. There was a moment for 5-10 minutes that I remember that they couldn't do more than two passages. It was horrible, something like horrible. Never seen something like that. So, I mean, coming back to Juventus it was in a difficult moment because there's so many injuries. The league, he was out. Quadrado, he was out. I mean, plus all the in the middle, Juventus doesn't have Locatelli, doesn't have Arthur, McKennie. So Juventus, Allegri has to reinvent everything, and he did good, man. He did in the end in Sassuolo. Inter lost 3-1, and not 3-1 maybe, yeah, and 2-0 Milan. So Juventus is the only one that won in Sassuolo this year. So
Between the top four, yeah.
he won bad. He won bad, but he won 3 points. And for me, I mean, there is no chance that Fiorentina, Roma, and Lazio can arrive to the fourth place. And maybe for me, my opinion, Napoli can lose the third place with Juventus.
Wow, so you think that Napoli is gonna finish in fourth, or
For
there's a
me,
risk that
gonna
they
happen the
there's a
same the
risk
last
that they
year.
crash out?
The same the last year is
So
that's
Napoli
it.
fifth. Napoli
Listen,
fifth.
how many point? How many point did you
No,
guys?
no.
How many point did you make on Napoli lately? Like,
I mean, there was a part of the season that Juventus was like I
10
don't know,
points?
16 point, no, like more, 14 points, 15 points.
Something
now
like
it's
that.
only one.
Yeah, now it's only one. I mean, and Juventus had a lot of injuries, guys. A player like Chiesa, he was out for all the season. So
I
it's
believe
not much difference.
I believe that a team like Napoli, man, is gonna take so long, like probably another 50 years for them to win again because every single year that they have,
Wow.
wow, no, because
It-
every
it's a
single
lack of
time that
mentality.
they're like on the line there to be like on top, right there, and they have the games to win them and everything. They have the opportunity to win the league, especially this year. That this year the league is not there's not that much. Okay, you if you look at the league, that they have like there are like three top teams by like 3-4 points. People will think that it's competitive. To be honest, for me, today's league is not competitive at
Yeah.
all. Because for me,
Me.
competitive it's like having the Premier League, something like that. Like teams like Liverpool and Manchester City, like right there, like on and off. You feel me?
Nah, but I
Well,
only
but
think.
Fred,
We're not that level. We're not that level.
That's what I'm saying. That's
but
what I'm saying.
The,
Fred just said yes.
it's for this reason that Italy doesn't go to the World Cup because we see one two player that after 2-3 matches that they score and this is a phenomenon. It costs 50 million. Only in Italy we see something like that. Zaniolo is in the bench. Okay, he has the talent, wherever you want, 50, 60 million. Guys, he's in the bench.
but
This
He
is the
cannot,
reason.
he
This
cannot
is the
cost 50
reason. This is
million
the
if he's
reason
in the bench,
why
guys.
in Europe, this is the reason why in Europe we are not competitive. We
Yeah.
have still even Bundesliga might be in front of us. Liga 1,
but
Liga,
but
Premier
wait,
League.
wait, guys, because today I saw a graphic that was made by Transfer Market, and I think Fred saw it also on Instagram, and
I
it
think I
said
do.
basically that the worth of Serie A is the third highest of any league in the world, only behind the Premier League in first place and La Liga in second place.
Because we have
And the
Hey,
Bundes-
Salamakers.
and the Bundesliga is very far behind, about 700 million euros
Yeah, but the
behind.
best
So
in
it's a
but-
big difference.
Bundesliga might be better than any of the other team.
but
We
I
might
mean,
have level up. We are level up Inter, Milan, Napoli, Juventus, but other teams can beat
Okay,
us
look,
easily.
look.
You guys were talking about competitive.
we are speaking about the Serie A that he was, I think, like 70 on the 60, on the 80s, on the 90, on the first 10 years of the 2000. We were the best championship in the world. There is nothing better than Serie A. It was so. I still remember when I was 10 that in England in Premier League they used to have the coach player. Do you remember that Gianluca Vialli? He was the coach. He was the player. So at what point of the match he used to remove the jersey and get in? He was a coach. So this is we don't have something like that. We didn't have. So they used to take the old player from Italy, like Vialli, like Zola, like Di Matteo,
Mancini.
Mancini. Premier League was a disaster in the 90s. It's not the same level as Serie A.
But
Now,
you guys
does
were
now.
saying
yeah,
you guys were saying that Serie A is not competitive. But when you look at the worth of all of these teams, it should be competitive because it's the third most expensive league in the world. And you guys said that there is balance between the top six sides. They are the teams that make up this big revenue. So why isn't it competitive when Lazio plays Milan? Why is the quality not good enough that you guys compare it to lower divisions?
I mean the point that is the quality of the first three four teams is not the quality of the first 3-4 teams in England or in Spain. It's so much difference. But also I mean, in Spain, I mean, also Real Sociedad, Villarreal. Look, Villarreal is not in the first four places, and he's in semi-final. In Champions League, is in semi-final. They won with Bayern Munich. It looks like the Fiorentina won with Bayern Munich. It doesn't happen something like that. Fiorentina will never win with Bayern Munich in a semi-final. It's
No, of course
impossible.
not.
But
To be
we had
honest,
Atalanta
for me,
beat
it is-
Liverpool.
But to be honest, for me, all
Like-
these transfer market thing, it's
In a group.
overrated. It's overrated because they be putting like some prices for like especially young players that it's crazy, man. Like 90 millions for I don't know, like okay, maybe Pedri, maybe it's worth it, or like Gavi, maybe. But like for other young players that all the hype is around them, they just put all
I
these
agree.
high
I agree.
prices
It's not
that
really
You
balanced.
guys, transfer
it
market.
wasn't
It was in the court last week when Juventus, Napoli, and all the other team in Serie A won against the court tried to say that that
The
Juventus
transfer
probably were,
wage
yeah,
difference, yeah.
but in the end they brought the owner of transfer market, and he say, I do this as a second job, and
I make up the prices.
I'm making the price. There is nothing real in transfer market, guys. No, it's not real because I can sell my player. Is a stupid thing, and there is no team that can pay a ticket or something for something like that, because you are my player. I pay for you and I sell you at the price that I tell you. Try to say to Lotito that sell Milinkovic Savic or base it on the price of transfer market. You're gonna sell for 100 million. It doesn't care. That's
Okay,
it.
guys, to get back to the Juve game today, I wanted to get Lodo's opinion on this. We saw Raspadori score for Sassuolo, and before the match, he was talking about how honored he is to be courted by Juventus, and also Fratesi was talking about it. Those are two players that Juve is interested in purchasing. And Lodo, do you think that a player like Raspadori can be a good option for Allegri and Juventus for life after Paulo Dybala will leave?
No, no, I don't think. I don't think if it's in Allegri's game plan. Allegri's always was a good coach when he had
sit up, bro.
amazing players that I'm sitting up. I'm just short. When they had amazing players that they were able to make that extra play for him. When they had Pogba at the beginning, that made him win a lot of games. So like I think a player like Raspadori needs a team that knows how to play the ball, that knows how to pass the ball between the lines, that has a lot of players that can do a lot of no, how you say insertion, no, how you say
Runs
cuts,
in,
like a
yeah,
lot of
runs.
runs. Uh, and I don't think in a gameplay that Allegri is playing right now with Juventus can fit. Frattesi might be a good fit for what I can see, but I see Raspadori better if he takes the extra step to go to oops to go to to go to Fiorentina or Atalanta. I would see him really good over there because they play a lot. But I think he wouldn't be like a good fit for Juventus.
But again, Lodo, let me tell you this, because we've been talking about this for like since like Italy
I'm
didn't
gonna
make the
become
World Cup.
tall. Yeah.
No, but we've been talking about this since like Italy didn't make the World Cup, because we've been saying that all these Italian players that we don't have, that they don't play for big teams and stuff like that. And then now you're telling me that Raspadori is not gonna be a good fit for a top club like Juventus. But if we never give them a chance, how the national team of Italy is ever gonna get big as it used to?
You didn't get my point, homeboy. I'm just saying that I'm just saying that he's not a good fit for the style of playing. I would see Raspadori really good in AC Milan when they're playing with a 4-2-3-1 formation. But for a 4-3-3 or a 4-4-2, the way that Allegri plays, I don't see him really well in that sort of formation. I
Listen,
wouldn't even see him really good in a 3-5-2
I
in
agree.
Inter.
I agree with Lodo because of the style and might be
Oh,
better for the Rossoneri side. But on the other side, I can disagree with Fred. So look at Pinamonti, look at Raspadori. All of those players are Italian. So we need to give them more time, more minutes, more value compared to other foreign guys that are coming to our Serie A and are not performing
mm.
as they are sold for. So I agree on that. I want to see Pinamonti, Raspadori in better team, probably like Fiorentina or Milan. Juventus and Inter,
Luca,
maybe they're not ready for that.
Luca, would you rather have Origi for AC Milan or Pinamonti as a solution in the
Well,
upcoming transfer
Pinamonti is not
window?
going to come to Milan.
But no,
He's
but
a, he's a
you
player, bro.
but you
He's a
said you said you want to see Pinamonti at bigger teams
Yeah,
and given more
maybe
chances and
Raspadori. Maybe
Origi.
Raspadori can be a better fit than Origi. Think about it. Origi is not even a top player, and he needs to settle and get used to the Italian.
Pinamonti is
And
better than Origi. Would you say that?
we don't know that. We don't know that.
Is
We don't know
do you
that.
think Pinamonti is better than Origi? I'm
That's a
asking
bold
Luca.
statement, my friend.
No,
That's a bold statement.
I'm asking Luca if he would rather have Origi, who barely plays for Liverpool, or would you rather have Pinamonti, who already knows Serie A and this
yeah,
year has
probably
scored about
probably
10
because
goals?
he's Italian and he knows the Serie A championship already. Probably Pinamonti. But again, this guy might not come to AC Milan because of his past, and I would
I think
see rather Raspadori coming to the Rossoneri side.
I think it depends also on how you wanna do the project for Milan, because if you get like a player like Pinamonti, they say it's a weird scenario that Pinamonti goes to Milan, right? You're not gonna win right away. Like Pinamonti, especially Pinamonti, that is a young player, is gonna need time to develop in the game and get used to the environment and all that stuff. And but Origi, okay, maybe it might be a different league, different style of play because you've been playing with Jurgen Klopp, top level. But
He hasn't been
he has
playing.
experience. He has no, but he always Jurgen Klopp always used him like when he needed him. Look, he scored 2 goals against Barcelona in that famous 4-0 that he won. Like he's
Mhm.
always been there when he was needed, and he delivered. To
Yeah,
be
no,
honest,
of course. I can see it. This season, these are the stats for Divock Origi with Liverpool this season in the Premier League. 6 appearances all season, 3 goals, 0 assists. So
and he
27
scored
years of
against
age.
Everton yesterday, like
Mhm.
2 days ago.
Yeah. So that's one of the goals. So no, it's an interesting debate because we hear a lot. We have to give Italians opportunities. We have to let them develop. But then when we talk about players like Pinamonti, yes, they can go to Fiorentina, they can go to Udinese, but the big teams, no, we prefer to have these foreigners.
I think they have to. I think they have to do like a smaller step to get into like a mid ladder, like not even mid ladder, like Europa League team before getting to Inter, because you know how we always say we're gonna change every single year, every single time we miss the World Cups, but at the end of the day, like if a guy like Pinamonti goes back to Inter, for example, at 22 years old, and he doesn't score for the first 5 goals for 5 games, he's gonna be wrecked by the Italian media.
Yeah, the point that Pinamonti, I'm a full supporter of to put Italians in a great team, but guys, Pinamonti is not to play Inter, a phenomenon, guys. When he play in Empoli, he has to score 20 goals to go to Inter. At least he has to score 20 times. You are playing in Empoli. The Andreazzoli is also a good game, a good way to play, and you are not scoring 22 goal in Serie A, in this area, you're not for it.
That
But
is
but
true.
Luca, let me
It's a good point.
Luca,
That's a good point.
let me ask you, because I've been thinking about this, because if you look at the stats, Pinamonti has 11 goals and Scamacca has 13. And Scamacca on the market, they're asking minimum 45 million euros.
That for me
You know,
it doesn't value that amount.
they're not the same player, of course.
For me,
Scamacca is way
Scamacca
better.
is 25 million. For me, it's 25 million.
45 million is too much, I think.
This is because Fred, you're looking at transfer market. That's overrated.
No,
Transfer
I'm
market.
just saying it's not transfer market. Forza Inter. It's not transfer market, but it's it's
rumors.
what
These are the
Sassuolo
rumors.
has been asking to teams. I mean,
Yeah, but you gotta see if they are willing to give it to Sassuolo.
no.
Sassuolo is known for give value to those young players and resell it to make a profit and make a gain.
Yeah.
But is it really 45 million plus how much money this guy wants?
I mean,
to go to
Pinamonti is also the way he play, guys. So Scamacca is much better. So he's much better when he plays. It's not just that he can score more or the same, but he play better. So Pinamonti, guys, is not for Inter. So the Inter doesn't need. If
Oh, I
tomorrow,
mean, but
Inter,
he's
if
growing
tomorrow
up. You
Inter,
need to give him chance.
but if tomorrow Inter put the number 9 to Pinamonti, guys, the Inter doesn't qualify for the Champions League.
No,
Don't
but
joke.
we began the discussion with Milan thinking about signing Origi, and we read about Origi's numbers this season, and then we look at Pinamonti, and I asked Luca who is a better fit. That was the question, because comparing Origi to Pinamonti, I think is a fair comparison.
Listen,
Yeah, but
he's
I
still
believe
22 years old, Luca. He's still 22, 23 years old.
I
This year,
my
he scored 12 goals. He
But
knows
I
Serie
believe in
A.
one thing. I believe in the mix. I like the mix in that team. So if you want to go, you want to play Serie A, you want to play Champions League. I mean, you have to have a lot of players, and you have to have a good reserve player. You have to have a good bench also. So there are a lot of matches. And look, Juventus this year, how many injuries he has? Doesn't have the bench. So you have to have a lot of good player, and it's important the mix. So for example, now Juventus, it looks like there are rumors for Di Maria. Di Maria is old, but he's an amazing player, no? So, but for example, this week they say that Juventus want to bring Solé in the first team. So, for the next year. So, what does it mean? That, for example, if Juventus gonna play with a 4-3-3, Solé looks like they has amazing talent. He's 18 years. He's super young. But if you have like a player like Di Maria, let's Di Maria like can be another player. But if you have a player like Di Maria and you have a Solé, step by step he can get in. He can be a good substitute. He's super young, but has a person like Di Maria in front. So you have to have a balance. It's like the same now. You have Vlahovic, for example. I don't know. I have like a first substitution. I have a Origi. It can be a good substitution. That's the
So,
balance.
guys, just to change now and getting back to the Scudetto race, because this is getting really good. I wanted to take a look at some of the next matches that will make up round 35 in Serie A, and kind of have you guys discuss who has the more difficult match, who has an opportunity to steal some points. And I'm gonna start with you, Luca Cancellieri. When looking at the schedule and Milan's next match at home, it's going to be Sunday against Fiorentina, and you see Inter will be playing away at Udinese, so that is never an easy match. And then we have the big one, Roma Bologna, which we will have Pippo analyze when he returns. Pippo is off here today, so guys, what match really stands out, and who do you think it has an advantage in the upcoming round between Milan and Inter? Who has more of an opportunity to drop points? We'll start with Luca Cance.
So everything is gonna be decided on Wednesday, because Wednesday is gonna give you an idea on the approach of both Inter and AC Milan. Of course, if Inter is not gonna make it through Bologna, that will give a chance to AC Milan to play at the best of his potential and go down and try to be Fiorentina, to be ahead and win all the games and win the championship. On the other side, if Inter is going to get the 3 points against Bologna, of course, everything is still in Inter hand. So AC Milan will play ahead of time. He's gonna be playing at 3 p.m. Against Fiorentina, thinking that he's behind Inter, thinking that even if there is a win against Fiorentina, it wouldn't probably be enough. And then Inter is going to play in Udine, which is not an easy field to play.
No.
Udinese is going to play in without any concern, without any thought. The championship for them is over. So I believe Inter is going to struggle, but he's still going to show his potential. His potential, because he's a strong team. So I'm honest with you. You guys are going to struggle. Sooner or later, one of them is going to be struggling.
Okay, Luca. Let's get to the Inter fans. Lodo and Fred, what do you think happens this week? This is a very important week for Inter and Milan and the Scudetto race. So what do you guys think is gonna happen?
I don't know what is gonna happen, but let me tell you something. I've seen like all the players really concentrated The Roma game was, I guess, like a super concentrated, put together game, and it could have been hard because Roma was going against the fourth place before this
Mourinho,
game. But I
Mourinho.
mean, yeah, you can say that, but I mean, I can say like the same thing about the last game that Lazio didn't play. But I think that's something that already shows you the character. The second thing I've seen, seen the team really concentrated. I depends what is gonna become on Bologna, what is gonna be the final result. But I have a feeling like if the Inter players really get into that, they really see that everything it's up to them at this point, because they can only lose it at this point. If they really see and get concentrated, there's a lot of players that have been into this last year where they knew that like at one point they had 7 points ahead, but then they never looked back. So I have a feeling that if they win against Bologna, they see that they have the 1 point extra. They're just never gonna look back. And then the only thing that I think is gonna happen if Inter wins Bologna and then wins in Udinese, is gonna give extra, extra, extra. I like that. I like that score. But it's gonna become and it's
Yeah,
gonna
it's
give like a
Bologna Inter, by the way. Tell him.
but it's gonna be like it's gonna give a lot of anxiety and stress to AC Milan players, because when they see that Inter could be at a pass from -2 to a possibly +4, like, that's gonna affect them mentally, because a lot of these young players that AC Milan has, they've never been into this sort of situation that they're playing to
Mm.
win the league in the last 3-4 games. Now there's only 12 points ahead of them, so they gotta get them all to win. They know that. So I think like even a tie for them is gonna be like mentally devastating.
No,
I
that I
Fred, what do
agree
you
with you.
think? Fred,
I
quickly before we move to Champions League.
I'm gonna say real quick that I totally agree with Lodo, and can I say that I'm a little bit scared because I believe this is the most important game of the season because we've been waiting for this game since like I don't know 3 months, you know. So and then it's funny because it's against Bologna, that a team that has nothing to do with the scudetto race, but it
It's
just
like a
happened.
final, no?
But it has been a coincidence that Bologna play Juventus, Bologna play Milan, and then I don't know if they play Napoli yet, but it's just been all a coincidence. So I'm a little bit scared, and there we're gonna see what really Inter is about.
Okay, guys, so before we salute everybody for this special April 25th episode, Champions League week, we have the semifinals set to be played, the first legs, and we will just introduce these matches and then get everyone's opinion on them. You guys can answer with both your picks for the matches. So we have Manchester City and Real Madrid in semifinal one, which plays on Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, we have Liverpool playing the first match at home against Villarreal. So we'll begin with Luca and then go along the line to everybody else. Luca, what do you think happens in the Champions League this week?
I think the match will be City Real Madrid. I want to see what is going on with Benzema, if he can keep up his pace and maybe break through the defense of Guardiola and eventually make a joke to the English team. We'll see. We'll see that. And on the other side, I see Liverpool, of course, winning against Villarreal in the two matches. So yeah, I will go definitely for probably Real Madrid and Liverpool.
Mm. Lodo, what do you think?
It's really tough. It's really tough because on one end you have Manchester City, Real Madrid, which I think is gonna be an amazing game. I don't think they're gonna play the same way Manchester City and Atletico Madrid played, because of the way that Atletico forces other teams to kind of have this, tied games with 0-0, 1-0. And on the other side, there is Liverpool Villarreal. I honestly would like to see a all English final, because
Mm.
of the way that things are turning into the Premier League as well, and to see like this Manchester City, Liverpool, which are probably the two best teams that we have at the moment in Europe. But at the same time, I agree with you, Michael. But at the same time, I'm always I talk so bad about Villarreal that I gotta give this guy there. I gotta give this guy props. So
Emery.
I think Liverpool will find like will find it hard to pass it against them because Emery has that sort of special things that we've seen against
Magic.
Bayern Monaco. So yeah, but I hope a Manchester City Liverpool final, to be honest.
Mm.
For me, I believe that Real is gonna pass because I was watching last time the game between Liverpool and Manchester City, and even though they didn't play with the all starting 11, I saw that Manchester City was like a little bit like pumped out. You know, like it's the end of the season. They've been playing a lot of games. They played basically every cup that they are there, and
Like all years.
they all. I seem that a little bit tired. Maybe they were just like keeping energy for tomorrow's game. We'll see tomorrow. And I believe it's all gonna depend on Karim Benzema, best number 9 in the world. We'll see what he's gonna do. We'll see if he's gonna be able to do the same thing that he did against PSG. But I believe Man City is another PSG. They're gonna spend all that money. They're never gonna win. That's what I think.
Okay.
That's what I think.
Luca.
Fire.
I mean, for me, I hope that the final will be Liverpool Real Madrid. So the rematch of the 3 years ago. So in that case, Klopp didn't have Alisson as a goalkeeper. So
And Salah got injured, remember, early in the game.
exactly. So it can be a good revenge. But I mean, Manchester City. I mean, Real Madrid is a different team, and Ancelotti has an amazing experience. So we will see Guardiola and Ancelotti a different way to play big champions. And I mean, I hope that Real Madrid is gonna pass. I would support Real Madrid, 100%.
But
Ancelotti.
who would have thought Real Madrid would have got all the way to this point? To be honest, who would have thought? I thought they were gonna get out like a quarterfinal because I always thought that they didn't have.
No. Ancelotti. I mean,
Also last
Ancelotti
season.
so much experience, guys. In Champions League there's a different things. Of course, in these matches, the episode make the difference. So let's see. It can be a penalty. It can be a lot of things, and it's very important the first match. I mean, City has to win because in Bernabeu it will be
It's gonna be tough in Bernabeu.
It's gonna be tough. If the Manchester City doesn't win like 2-0, 3-1, something like that, it's gonna be tough in Bernabeu, guys.
What do you think,
Tony,
Antonio?
what do you think? Tony, what do you think?
I said from the beginning, I said that I think the final is going to be Manchester City and Liverpool. And I think it's going to continue. The English teams, this is their moment, and these are the two best teams. When you see them play, every match is amazing. And that final in Paris, if it's Liverpool against Manchester City, that is going to be an incredible
And
final.
listen,
Well,
it's going to be a week after the end of Premier League.
yeah, so imagine that.
How the losing team, if the final is going to be between the two English teams, how the losing team in Champions League is going to approach that damn final. It's going to be a revenge. It's going to be like a sad moment for them.
It's going to be great. That's what it's going to be.
It's going to be crazy. And Messi
Imagine-
watching that from the TV.
Also Ronaldo, because next season is not gonna play Champions League too. So
Yeah, no,
We'll see.
Let's see. Cristiano Ronaldo
Yeah,
gonna play Champions League 100%, guys.
Yeah, he's gonna find a way. He's gonna find a way.
He
But
said
we'll get
No.
into that.
It's the Champions League, guys.
Luca, I'm not really sure that because he's 6 points behind Arsenal, and Arsenal has a game less. So it's
but
going
there's
to
also
be tough.
Tottenham.
He doesn't play with the Manchester United.
Yeah, he can change teams. I mean,
He can change. He's Cristiano Ronaldo,
No, but-
guys.
He has like a 2-3 year contract, right? No,
Probably.
With Man U.
Nobody's going to buy for his.
No, nobody's
Yeah.
won.
Cristiano Ronaldo also with Juventus had another 1 year contract. He left.
Uh-huh.
Cristiano Ronaldo decide where he wants to go. That's it. He's the king. That's it.
Okay,
I guess
guys,
he's right.
this concludes our April 25th Liberation Day special episode. Auguri to all the Italiani following us around the world.
Auguri.
And thank you for joining us. Thank you for
Thank you,
joining us
guys.
tonight. And we will be back on Thursday to analyze the Champions League and preview some more Serie A that's
And
coming up over the
Bologna
weekend.
Inter.
And
Click,
Bologna
click, click.
Inter also.
Click, click, click.
Subscribe. Lodo,
Subscribe.
help me out, Lodo. Lodo.
Ciao.